100.9 The Cat, number one for New Country. It's Kevin Richards with a live new at 2. These are always my favorites. Let's say hi to Abby. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Abby, this is a live new at 2 experience. I love it. Every day at this time, we feature new music from somebody, someone in the music scene, whether they've been around 20 years or 20 minutes, as might be our case here. I'm just meeting you for the very first time. Hello and welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me, and thank you for doing this segment. It's so exciting.
Tell me the Abby story. How did you get from your home to Nashville?
Yeah, so it's been a journey. I grew up in Texas, West Texas, and lived out there till I was about 11, and moved out to LA, lived there, went to high school there, and then moved to Nashville. So I'm a bit of a hybrid, but...
Yeah, from LA to Nashville, that's a little different.
It was.
Why'd you go to L.A. in between? Because most people you'd think it would be Texas to Tennessee,
right?
But what was the L.A. factor?
L.A. for me. So I started out in musical theater, and so I was acting a lot, and I wasn't. I mean, at 11, I was sure I wanted to be in a musical field, but I was still, exploring with that. And I mean, at 11, I was still pretty I had pretty well defined self identity. So I was on my road. I was still going to an entertainment city, but I had always just had. Always been very drawn to LA and just really wanted to get that out of my system, I guess. And so definitely wasn't this much critical thinking as an 11-year-old, but in hindsight. So yeah, I went to LA, and my parents just kind of gave me the opportunity. They were I'd always been very drawn towards bigger cities, and I grew up in a small town, and always was just constantly can we go here? Can we go here? So they kind of gave their 11-year-old the decision of where they were going to live next, and so I chose LA. And so I went to high school out there, and as I developed my craft and started becoming an artist, I always went back to country, and I was always what I was writing and what I was singing and just the sounds that I was relating to and identified with. So Nashville became kind of the natural thing for me to sort of do next in my.
So what was your first step into the field? You made that move to Nashville. What was the first thing you did to start that journey to becoming a recording artist?
I think particularly in Nashville, because I'd been doing quite a bit of it in LA at the time. So I think whenever I moved to Nashville, I was graduated from high school, and really what I started doing most was writing. So I was just doing a lot of co-writes. I'd done quite a bit in LA as well, but it was definitely, it's a different process than in LA. So it was really exciting just because I was meeting so many talented writers. And
did you ever go down to the Bluebird Cafe as we see on the Nashville TV show?
Oh yeah, Bluebird's. I mean, it's it's iconic.
So you did do what they do in the TV show. You showed up at the Bluebird Cafe, you showcased your songs.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Because sometimes we see it on TV, we don't know it really happens, and meet people who've done it.
That's an absolute Nashville staple.
How many times do you think you played at the Bluebird?
I actually haven't played the Bluebird yet. That's a bucket list for me.
Wow. All right. Well, maybe it's going to happen soon. You've got a
new
single out.
In the line.
The new single is called A Day Without. Can you tell us the story behind this one?
Yes. So I did not write A Day Without. Whenever I was initially beginning this EP process that I'm about to release, I have always been a huge fan of a songwriter and his name is Andrew Dorff, and he tragically passed away. And so whenever I went into this entire process, I really wanted to find one of his songs, and this kind of just fell in my lap. It's with another incredibly talented woman named Lucy Silvis and Jimmy Robbins, who's an incredible producer. And it was just so many people I was fans of, and just it was just a song that impacted me really beautifully. And not only did I feel the tragedy of Andrew, but I had also gone through a very big loss in my life. So this song in particular really related to me in that way. And it's called A Day Without, and it's really about picturing your life and not being able to picture your life really without this person. But I kind of related to it in the sense of how it felt before I lost that person for me, and how you just don't feel like you're going to go on. And so it's a very it's just a beautiful song, and I feel like it really represents who I am, and I'm really proud of it. So
Abby, how does it feel to hear yourself on the radio? You must be driving along thinking, right, is this really happening? Did this happen?
Oh yeah, it's the most surreal experience. I mean, it never gets old, I guess you could say. It's never something that I'm oh, whatever.
So what was the first time? Where and when was it?
I was actually in Texas.
In Texas, your home state.
Yeah, I was literally in my hometown, which made it just so I mean, it was just like, wow, like
Mm-hmm.
it was full circle for sure. Yeah. And I just cried.
Now, I see that
Just
some of your
cried.
favorites are Keith Urban and
Yes.
Shania Twain.
Those, yeah.
Were they the ones who inspired you to get into country music, listening to their songs?
Absolutely. I think Shania, just as like a female in general, has always been a huge inspiration for me. I think she has a very strong sense of identity and a confidence that, I hope that I can portray and serve for other young girls growing up. And she really served that role for me. So I'm hugely inspired by her as like a person and an
So I'm sure you had
artist.
the Come On Over album or CD. I think
of
everybody
course.
bought that
Duh.
back in the day. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, along the way, you got affiliated with and worked with Pentatonix and Kelly Clarkson. What a great experience to work with those two acts that
Oh,
are just incredible at
absolutely.
what they do. How did that come about? First with Pentatonix.
So actually first it was Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, it was first
Yes.
Kelly? Okay,
So
all right. So
Kelly-
tell us her story then.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just right place, right time. I think I might have a little bit of luck.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just, like I said, and went on that tour. Pentatonix was on that tour as well, so I became really good friends.
So you
with
actually
them.
opened up for her?
Mhm.
Really? Okay.
Yes, yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
so,
neat.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like fresh out of graduating high school.
Yeah,
and just on
to
this,
get
like,
an opportunity like that so early on, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that helped you build a fan base and get your
Oh,
music out there.
absolutely. Yeah, it really did. And yeah, with Pentatonix, same thing. And it was really exciting performing to very pop dominated audiences. And I had like the number one thing that people were always telling me is like, wow, like your music really like allowed me to like, feel comfortable venturing into the genre where they hadn't, really like ventured before. And so it's cool to like consider myself maybe like a gateway artist into country and, exploring what our amazing genre has.
So when you got that call from Kelly Clarkson or Pentatonix's people that you were going to be opening up, what went through your mind?
I'm trying to think. My dad actually called me, and I just remember he told me, he was like, "You're going," and I was just like sobbing. I think my first reaction to exciting things is just to cry.
How old were you at the time?
I was 18.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wow, what a
freshly
great
turned 18.
opportunity. Like you said, you've been
Thank
blessed with
you.
good luck. That's definitely good luck there at 18 years old. To
Yes,
get the opening
absolutely.
spot on a Kelly Clarkson or Pentatonix tour. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was amazing, and I mean, it definitely. I think in high school, you have like such like a small perspective on the world, and it's kind of a bubble. So, I think that it was burst that bubble and really solidified that I'm very much so happy to do this for the rest of my life.
Have you had a chance to watch Kelly on The Voice yet?
You know what? I actually have not, but
I haven't either, actually, but I'm
Yeah.
sure she does a great job with the
Oh,
personality she has.
I have no doubt. I mean, that's like my favorite thing about her is her personality because on stage, her banter is just like every show you feel like is tailored to you because it genuinely, she's just like going off on rants in the middle of songs. Like she's amazing. And yeah, her show is like entertaining beyond her like already amazing vocals. So yeah, I definitely really respect and appreciate that about her shows.
All right, so you're on Facebook now with your own blog, because I was looking at that earlier today and you said something. I'm going to start a blog today.
I am, yeah.
All right, so how long has this been going on?
I literally just started.
So you
it.
literally
Yes.
that was like one of your last posts. I'm going to
Yes,
now. All right,
yeah.
so what is this blog all about?
I really wanted to just capture. So I'm really into fashion and I love style, and I really wanted to. I mean, writing is really where I started songwriting. So writing itself is just really important to me, and I just kind of wanted to like have a platform where I could literally just ramble, and if you wanted to read it, you could. And so yeah, I'll just be talking about. I mean, my own struggles, my own like conversations, things that inspire me. Just yeah, it'll just be a space where my rambles live.
And where can we find you on social media? Where are you?
Yeah, so it's just Abby, ABI Music, which I'm sure you know how to spell. So yeah, just Abby Music. Website is Abby Music Official, and everything's there. All the platforms you can find linked there. So
It seems like it's been a nice transition for you, as long as your goals and what you were headed for from Texas to LA and Nashville. So far, is the music business what you thought it would be like? Like, is this what you thought you dreamt of, being out on the road, playing at all these radio stations and opening up for people like Kelly Clarkson? Is it really what you thought it would be like? Better, worse?
I'm trying to think because I started when I was so young that I feel like I kind of grew up in it. And so I think, I mean, yeah, I mean, I love it, honestly. Like, whether it's like a bad day or a good day, it's still like ultimately like what I love. And so, I mean, it's a lot of work and, it's a super glamorized industry, which it really isn't. But I think that that's kind of like the fun is that you do get to like give these people like this, conceived notion that it's like this glamorous life and, like you're performing. And I think that's kind of like, it's an escape for people. And if I can provide that to somebody, then like I'm doing my job. So I don't know if it's not what I thought it was, but I think it's definitely, it's a learning process. You're always learning about yourself and about the industry. And so, yeah, I try not to put expectations on anything because life is so unpredictable. But yeah.
All right, Abby, thank you for being here with us, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.